So let's talk about what happens with blood glucose in the body and talk about how the body maintains its blood glucose concentration. So this all happens with the help of two hormones that are secreted by the pancreas. So we have insulin and glucagon. So let's start with a situation where, let's say you just ate a meal. So you just ate a meal in digestion and absorption. The body has broken down the different disaccharides and polysaccharides and whatever meal you ate, absorbed them, and now your blood sugar is rising, so high blood glucose. So this is going to signal the pancreas to secrete the hormone insulin into the blood. Now, insulin works as a key opening a lock. So it does the following three things. It stimulates the uptake of glucose from the blood into cells. So what this means is there's your glucose in your blood. Insulin basically is the key that opens up the cell to let the glucose go into the cells. So in that way, it stimulates the uptake of glucose from the blood as blood sugar into cells so the cells can use it. It also promotes storage of glycogen, which is the storage form of glucose, remember from the reading, in both the liver and the muscles. Glycogen can be stored in these two places and these two places only. And then once the cells have taken up all the glucose they need, once the extra glucose is stored as glycogen, if there's any left over after that, this excess glucose is then converted into fat for storage. So at the end of all of this, we have lower blood sugar within a normal range, and then this, when blood sugar decreases, insulin secretion stops. So lower blood glucose signals the pancreas to stop producing insulin. So let's look at it from the other end. Let's say it's been, a little while since we've eaten. It's about 11 a.m. We maybe ate lunch at like 7, and breakfast at about 7 a.m. And our blood sugar is starting to drop. So what happens when blood sugar drops? The pancreas, again, is signaled to secrete the hormone glucagon into the blood. Now, glucagon kind of does the opposite of insulin. So rather than promoting storage of glucose in the form of glycogen, this stimulates the breakdown of glycogen into glucose. So that releases blood sugar into the blood. So blood sugar is raised, and then that feeds back into the pancreas to stop the secretion of glucagon. So this is a general overview of glucose metabolism in two important hormones, insulin and glucagon. In chapter 7, we're going to go into this in a lot more detail and talk about what happens when a person has diabetes. But for the purposes of this chapter, this is a good summary of what you need to know.